When Liam Collins was born in 2010, his parents, Amy and Sherwood, were eager to document the memorable milestones their firstborn would reach, crawling, walking, and talking. But waiting and waiting to do so became their first signal.
I didn't know what it was. I started to suspect it might be autism.
Amy and Sherwood are proactive parents and took classes for kids with developmental delays before doctors even diagnosed Liam as being on the autistic spectrum, which eventually they did.
But still there's an impact when a social worker tells you, your child has autism, and that doesn't have a cure. It just takes lots of therapy, and he'll never not have autism, but he may be able to function in society. That's a lot to process.
The Collinses did what every parent does when they hear their child is autistic. They scoured the internet for information, of which there is plenty. A lot of it helpful, most of it scary. They really just wanted a plan and direction, but quickly felt lost in the vast array of help for their son.
I think you feel as a parent that you have a part-time job almost, because there isn't one place to go in Greater New Orleans where they say, okay, we're going to send you here for this and here for this, and here's a comprehensive program, and it's all written down, and here are all your appointments. So you become that person to manage the care.
Sherwood met Amy at the weekly concert series Wednesdays at the Square, which Amy helped create then as executive director of the Young Leadership Council. And after they were married and Liam's diagnosis, it was Sherwood who first said, why not a festival to help other parents facing similar challenges?
What kind of food still doesn't have a festival that's iconic and that tons of people like? And beignets just kind of popped into my head. I had the idea, I told her, she's like, you're crazy, you're nuts.
Most out-of-the-box ideas get that response, but quickly Amy was on board and the Beignet Fest was born. It didn't happen overnight, but had a simple goal: help other parents facing a hurdle they never imagined and help those in the trenches who are fighting every day for more resources, as you'll do anything to help your child, but in many cases, help is costly.
It's really tough, trying to find those things, but when you do find people who are willing to do it, it's just a huge relief. But then sometimes the waiting lists are forever.
We're married, our parents are all retired, we have all the help, that we could dream of, and it's still hard. So how do you think about a family that may not have some of those advantages, and how do you help them? And so that's what we kind of wanted to do.
The Collinses created the Beignet Fest and their Très Doux Foundation, meaning very sweet, to raise awareness and funds for those who need it most, and to create a support network for parents, and a unique festival that includes occupational therapists, behavioral interventionists, and sensory-aware activities that all kids can enjoy.
So we're trying to live our own message of being accommodating. Sherwood and I love to go to festivals, and it's something we always did before we had children. So we wanted to be able to bring Liam, and we know that we can bring him some places and not others. And so if this is a place that we can bring our kid and other parents can bring their kid, we're super excited about that.
During their journey, Liam's younger brother, Wesley, joined the family. They are less than a year apart, and Wesley was born with all of the skills to be his older brother's friend and ambassador.
And I just know that when we're older, it's going to be Wesley who's there for Liam, and I can see him, fighting off the bullies at school and those sorts of things, but also just loving him.
Sherwood was a Boy Scout and understands what camp meant for him as a kid, and down the road, he wants to explore a camp for kids like Liam and others who have special needs.
So having something like that for this area, I think would be a huge boon, and some of the people who help us at the fest, who I went to camp with, I know would be gung-ho to kind of put together a program, and just seeing what other avenues out there that we can, provide things for kids.
Having a child on the autistic spectrum means a simple trip to the grocery store requires thought, diversions, and backup plans. Very few things in life are simple, and the most cherished reward for a parent, a smile or a hug, is often the most difficult for autistic kids. Amy and Sherwood live it, understand it, and want other parents to know they are not alone.
It's really fulfilling to hear from other parents and just to know that someone recognized them and that they're with them. I think that's been the biggest reward.